So today I'm here bringing you guys and gals One Piece chapter 810 reaction. I'm sick as all hell, honestly. Like, my nose is stuffed up and it's really, really itchy, man. My throat, like I swallowed a fistful of thumbtacks. Oh, holy crap, man. But I'm here because Toriko today kind of forced my hand. So I said, you know what? I had to talk about Toriko. I might as well do the other chapters today. So I know a lot of folks are going to complain because folks always complain about whatever. In this case, it's me being sick and doing the review. I'm sick and I'm coughing and shit and whatnot. And then those same folks, when I do their video on Friday or Saturday, they complain about how I'm late. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. Fuck it. Just be grateful that I'm here. Niggas, just be grateful that I'm here. And let's move the fuck on. Okay? Holy shit, dude. Before we move the fuck on, let me just drink some water. Alright. This chapter of One Piece. Fuck me, man. More flashback stuff, right? And I gotta say, Jack, he's my fucking boy. Right? I like Jack. This dude, and I told you guys, there's no fucking way that Jack himself was going to be bested by Mink. There ain't no fucking way in hell. His men were starting to get pushed back after 5 days of constant fighting, absolutely. But after 5 days of constant fighting, mind you, the Mink, they had cycle periods. So they could switch out when they so needed to during the day and night between Nekomamushi and Inuarashi. But Jack, he was still swinging them swords, those weird, hooked, curved, like, whoa. Like, Jack was pulling out some, those swords were very strange, very unique. Maybe that's, like honestly, like, they look like torture weapons, like they do. Like twisted and contorted, like the way they're designed, it's very cryptic, and I kind of like it. Jack himself, he's on some Whitebeard status shit. He's fucking huge. Holy shit, man! Absolutely massive. And I gotta say, the fact that he can fight for 5 days and nights straight, and the only reason why he stopped was because he lost patience. And he pulled out the bomb, the slaughter gas, whatever they called it. That is a testament. 1 billion for a reason. Not just that, but the fact that he began to systematically kill off a lot of the Mink warriors. And on top of that, the strong ones he crucified and he tortured. And the end result of that torture was Nekomamushi losing his left arm and Inuarashi losing his left leg. And I'm seeing like, yo, like Jack, the dude is effective. I mean, granted, they denied the intel, obviously, and you can see now why they have so much. You can see why the Mink have a lot of animosity towards Kano-kuni, because they were minding their own business, and then Jack just stumbles across like, hey, ninja, you here? No, you're all dying. Like, it's crazy. So it's kind of their fault in a roundabout way. But more so his fault, obviously, because he's the one doing it. But Jack is, honestly, if he is the main villain of this arc, he is setting himself up to be quite the villain. So, I like it. Thus far, I do like Jack. Now, the chapter ends off with, like, in the flashback, Sanji coming, they finally get there. And I was gonna say Robin. Nami takes this squirrel chick with Brooke, and like they go off somewhere with them and Momonosuke. We have not seen that squirrel girl yet, I think, or maybe she was the nurse that was with Chopper. I'm not too sure, but either way, there was a squirrel girl. She ran off because she's being chased by one of by one of Jack's men, Sheep Sheed. And then you have the area, Ground Zero, where the bomb went off. You have Pedro. We've heard the name before. But Pedro is like a cheetah mink, who I can assume is one of the Musketeers. He is there talking to Sanji, Caesar Clown, and Chopper. Now, the gas is not really affecting Chopper that much, I think, because he's a doctor, so he has some kind of meds. Sanji, the same thing. Caesar Clown, he's a gas being to begin with, so him being affected by his own gas makes no damn sense. But it is fascinating, like nonetheless. It's kind of cool. And Pedro, I think he dies because the way he looks like he's just like he's knocking on death's door. But what he says about Inuarashi and Nekomamushi is kind of fascinating here. He says the world is waiting. The world, Sekai wo, all right. The world is waiting on them. Those two of all people must not be allowed to die. Now, this arc correlates very strongly with Skypiea. When you say the world, what do you mean by the world? Do you mean just the country of Zou? Or do you mean the world? And if you mean the world, I'm thinking, okay, so we got some poneglyph shit going on here. Absolutely. Listen, alright, this is an ancient elephant that's walking around that has been walking around the ocean for hundreds of years. There is definitely a poneglyph on this elephant somewhere. There fucking has to be. I don't doubt it for a second. But that's probably not the only reason why he says the world is waiting for them. They could have some type of key to something, some important treasure that pertains to the ancient civilization that existed long ago. And I'm thinking like, yo, these two are very important. All of a sudden, their status as characters has risen in the overall story of One Piece. So, what their role is going to be in the future, I'm not too sure. But if we call it the Skypiea, poneglyphs are at least going to be prevalent in this arc, or at least they're going to have some role in this arc. All right, maybe another Goldie Roger carving, like, oh, I have been here to Zou. You're on the right path to my treasure, the One Piece, and like some shit like that. Okay, so just saying, keep in mind on that. The world is waiting. The world. So that was pretty cool. Now, seeing Sanji again was awesome. Love Sanji. How they used Caesar Clown as like a balloon to get up to the top of Zou. Again, that was pretty neat. Because Caesar Clown is basically like their bitch. And he should be. Because the guy, I mean, he's a scumbag. You know, when you experiment on little kids, yeah, no, you're a scumbag. So, like, whatever happens to you, fuck it. That's your problem, honestly. And one last thing of mention, I think, or three last things in the chapter I want to mention. Number one is you have Nekomamushi comment on the ancient form of the Zozo no Mi. So, you know, like Jack's like elephant, form. And he calls it a rare delicacy that you've eaten. And he knew about it, okay? Now, there is a devil fruit book. Like, there's a book of devil fruits that exists. And they're all categorized. That's how Blackbeard knew about the Yomi no Mi. But this intel, like, where is he getting it from? Is he getting it from, like, his past travels? When him and Inuarashi were cool? And he read the book? And that's how he knows about the Zozo no Mi? Was that his inference? Because he saw a Mastodon and he assumed, okay, so the Zozo no Mi. Or, and it's not just the Zozo no Mi, it's the ancient form. So it should be Zozo no Mi model mammoth. You know, like that's what it should be. Like not just Zozo no Mi, because that's a basic elephant. He's an ancient form of that zone devil fruit. So I'm just trying to figure out like the intel, like the info, like where that originates from. Like how did he get that info? So there is one thing I do want Oda to address in the future One Piece. Who the fuck wrote the Devil Fruit book? Like, that's, I mean, maybe it was, what's his face? Vegapunk? Maybe? But, I mean, Oda did say that once Vegapunk is, once he's into the story, once he's, you know, thrown into the story, like, as a full-on character, there's gonna be a lot of intel on Devil Fruits. But the book itself, I want to find out more information about that book. Because the book itself, I think, is fascinating. And so when I see him talk about the Zozo no Mi and how he knows about that already, I thought about that. Then, a quick comment on the fact that in this chapter, we see, for like the first time, like a female Heart Pirate member, which I thought was pretty interesting. Because I've never seen girls in Lost Crew. But you can see, and like one of the panels to like the left of the panel, there's actually a chick in their crew. I was like, it's not a dude fest. It's not a sausage fest. And they're fighting. We don't see them fight. But Nekomamushi states that Beppo's under his care. So does that mean that when he was on Zo originally, was Beppo a part of the Nighttime Boys? Not too sure. But it's fascinating. It could be the case where, because he's a pirate, he's being watched by Nekomamushi. But overall, that to me I think is very interesting. And finally, one more thing. Zoro he's doing some weird shit. Like, have you noticed? Like, Zoro, he's like just looking around, dot. Like, he's looking around, like what the fuck is Zoro doing? Like, he sees something, like he senses something, like I don't know, but he just like fucking. Like, just go back to the, you know, to the previous chapters. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but Zoro seems to be just like his sense of perception is for some reason heightened, and I don't know why. Like, he just seems to be like looking for something, or he feels something ominous. Like, I'm not too sure, but Zoro like looking around and shit like. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, Zoro. Like, what the fuck's going on there, buddy? So, whatever. The chapter overall, sorry, it's not a review. I'm so fucking happy right now. But whatever, I'm done. I'll see you guys for the review. How I feel then, I'm not too sure, but you'll know when I do the review. So keep liking, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice goddamn day.